business is generating around £8 billion in sales with 19 million customers and 22,000 members of staff, you imagine great success, a rich history, and a bright future. Only one of those is true. Because in the morning of Monday the 23rd of September, Thomas Cook, one of the oldest travel agencies in the world, ceased trading, bringing its fleet of 94 planes back down to land for the final time. Here's how it happened. Thomas Cook was founded by, you guessed it, Thomas Cook in 1841. He started the business to transport his fellow temperance supporters to various cities around the UK by train, which proved popular. John Mason Cook, Thomas's son, joined the firm and together they built the business from the ground up. From humble beginnings and short national day trips, the firm then began to market more extravagant holidays. For instance, a 1920s brochure recalls the campaign for an around-the-world trip through South America, Africa, and Europe before returning to the USA, estimated to have cost an eye-watering £50,000 in today's money. After the rapid growth and popularity of the company, the Cook family sold the business in 1928 to the same firm that operated the Orient Express. After the sale, the firm went through almost a century of varied ownership, sometimes stable and sometimes not, through both private, national, and a return to private ownership. Thomas Cook was nationalised in 1948, becoming part of British Railways, and saw a major rise in post-war travel as millions of Brits explored Europe through the 1950s. After generating profits in the millions, Thomas Cook was privatised in the 1970s, surviving the recession and improving its popularity by offering a high-quality service and a money-back guarantee. CNN Touristik AG, a German travel company, bought the firm in 2001, altering the name to Thomas Cook AG before launching Thomas Cook Airlines in 2003. This is where the turbulence started, as Thomas Cook began to suffer with fewer customers, higher debt levels, and some questionable decision-making. In 2007, Thomas Cook merged with MyTravel, the failing UK package holiday firm that had only turned a profit once since 2001. Couple that with the firm signing a joint venture with the Co-op Group to expand their range of high street travel shops, and the firm began its deadly descent. As the years went on, low-cost competitors took much of their business, with most of their sales coming online. In addition, the heatwave in 2018 encouraged UK holidaymakers to stay home rather than take last-minute holidays, and Brexit caused a headache as customers hesitated in the uncertainty, booking fewer holidays in the process. Younger travellers were planning and booking their holidays themselves, and very few walked into a shop to book flights and hotels. Not only did fewer people book with Thomas Cook, but the firm's debt pile ballooned, and since 2011 they paid out £1.2 billion in interest, which meant that more than a quarter of the money it charged for the 11 million holidays it sold every year went into the pockets of lenders. When Thomas Cook went out of business on the 23rd of September after long and unsuccessful negotiations for a buyout, it was about £1.7 billion in debt to its banks, with a further £1.3 billion owed to suppliers. But it didn't end there. The firm's collapse left 9,000 jobs at risk in the UK, as well as 150,000 British holidaymakers stranded overseas. Operation Matterhorn, the largest UK peacetime repatriation, was launched to bring everyone home at a reported cost of almost £500 million. Some stranded customers were also locked in a Tunisian hotel, where they demanded extra money given that Thomas Cook could no longer pay the bills. And finally, the taxpayer is footing a significant chunk of the cost of repatriation, with the government already having spent £83 million on flying home the passengers, as well as £58 million in redundancy costs, despite the ATOL fund being in place for this type of event. In the aftermath, you'll be pleased to know that not everyone lost out. Hays Travel, the largest British independent travel agent, paid just £6 million for the high street stores, which works out to only £10,800 per shop. They also re-employed around 2,500 members of staff that were due to be without work. The two firms employed by Thomas Cook's administrators, KPMG and Alex Partners, earned £11 million between them just 1 month after the collapse. And just to top it all off, Peter Fankhauser, the CEO, earned £8.37 million in salaries and bonuses since 2015. Not a bad gig for a failing company. And that's how it happened.